Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best courses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Oh, cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Checking in for Bountiful, number 4. Checking back in for Bountiful, number 1. Foul on number 11. Cole Hewitt. Luke Smith checking in for the Redhawks. On slide number 14, Dave shooting 2.
All the move, but that's how you see it's all around good shot when it touches every part. That's an all around good shot.
That's what JJ wants to do here, but he'd really like to just sink it right in the bottom.
Checking in for Bountiful, number 24. Copy Miller.
So to make it the booth audio, that's what it is.
Hey, Jay Hill, can you do me a favor? Can you take my scorebook, go down to the main score table, find out who number 4 is for Bountiful, write his name in there, and then write all this, get me up to speed just with all the stats and bring it back to me. I missed a bunch. Thanks, buddy. Oh, you won.
We need Caden to come up here.
I just texted him. Did you see my text? I said, can you FaceTime me or come over here so we can figure it out in the second half?
You are now allowed to be on the court. You can play in the socks.
He's more athletic than you ever were. Holy smokes! It's crazy. I threw my thing 3 feet throws down. They had me. He was like, "You thought that was a good call?" I'm like, "No, that's why I threw this. It was bad."
I'm gonna keep trying. We gotta
Rush it. Every free time.
Yeah, that's music to my ears. What are we doing wrong? Like, everything's good except our audio. So, okay, so walk me through that. What do I do? I'm just looking. No, I'm just. Do I go to properties to do that?
Oh, we have regional your turn.
Yes, correct.
All right. So then we have JD and software.
Sources.
You can't use. Everyone has to change in the bathrooms because wrestling is all locked. I'm like,
where's sources? Sources. Paulie, do you see sources?
It's my general team.
No, right there. That's the sources. Okay. Yep. So booth audio, return music, main camera, Boulevard home. Okay, like right click on it or double click.
Yep. She's getting all new ones made. Because they were different colors, different 80s.
And opened up another screen.
Yeah, so she's like, they need to look beautiful. And
I click the little camera and then booth audio. Okay, when I click on booth audio, it brings up a screen that says default, use device timestamp, defaults, okay, cancel. I don't see anything. If I go to the defaults, there's microphone Logitech, Brio, microphone Array, microphone Zoom.
But it's awesome. Like, she made these signs on her own. I think they look awesome. So, but it's, is your son's?
Check. Microphone check. Test.
What's up, man?
Check 1, 2. Check. Okay, we're bouncing. I think that's it. Okay, I'll tell Junior to test it in the studio and then text me when you're listening, okay?
She was like, I got 20. That's $2,000 or whatever it was. We're good.
Okay, let's see. Play an ad.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best courses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
All right, welcome to Pineview High School. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist, and this is game 1 of a triple-header tonight on the Fan Sports Network. Do apologize. Our live stream is working, but had some radio technical difficulties with our audio. We think we've got that all sorted out, and we've already reached halftime here. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist, and at halftime, it is the visiting Bountiful Redhawks leading Crimson Cliffs by a score of 39-30. And Ben, kind of a game of runs there in the first half, and obviously a little bit frustrating there for the Mustangs, who kind of had the lead early. Bountiful tied at 21 up and then pulled away there in that second quarter. This is actually the largest lead of the game at 9 points for Bountiful right now, as we're inside of our Great Harvest Bread Company halftime show.
Well, really, it's three things, Dev, that Bountiful's done to take this 9-point lead. One, three-point shooting. They've got 6 three-pointers. They've got offensive rebounds at every turn, out-rebounding them offensively significantly here. And then the third is the turnovers for Crimson. They're in double-digit turnovers now. And it's just, you can win games with 1 or 2 of those things. Obviously, nobody's perfect. But you get 3 of those things, and it's a little bit difficult to either be up or to win a basketball game. And that's why they're down 9 at this point at the half.
Talk about the Mustangs so far this year, Ben. 2-1 record. They were picked in the Fan Sports Network Media Day as the preseason favorites to win Region 9. It wasn't Dixie, which has been the case the last couple of years. A lot of people had a lot of respect for this roster that Coach Murdoch has coming back this year.
Well, it returns 3 starters. We talked about this earlier in the half, that one of those starters, Trevor Taylor, a captain, has been sick for the first 3 days of the week, and so he's out tonight. Not sure if he'll be able to play tomorrow, but they're down 1 regular starter tonight. And so that's the reason that they really were picked so high, is they're the only region team that's returning 3 starters. And so they've got some good guys that had JV experience in Britton Phillips, Travis Murdoch, and a couple of other guys off the bench. But really, I think by the end, by the time region comes around, this is a team that, you're probably going to see 7 guys in the rotation as things tighten up. Similar to what Dixie did a couple of years ago, where they were playing really 6 guys last year.
Drake Carroll had 8 points to lead the way there. Drake averaging 15, second on the team so far through the first game of the season, first 3 games of the season. McKay Lindquist has got 5 points, and he's the leading scorer coming into tonight. 17.3 points per game, and obviously, without Trevor Taylor, that takes a little bit of rebounding, that takes a little bit of defense, a little bit of hustle, and 5 points a game out of the lineup.
Yeah, and you saw it coming from a couple areas. Trey Leroy had that early 3. Britton Phillips, who really has played 2 games. He's right off of that state championship in football. He's got 4. And then Travis Murdoch's got 6. He's been a little more aggressive there. He had that wide open 3 to kind of stop all that Bountiful momentum. But again, really where they're at right now is turnovers, offensive rebounds, and 3-point shooting. And it'll be interesting to see if Crimson comes out in the second half and moves out of that 3-quarter court trap and that zone and moves into a little bit of a man where they had some success early. It'll be, and Bountiful has been able to stay in their zone for most of the first half, and you expect to probably have them continue to do that as it's been disruptive.
39-30, Mustangs trailing Bountiful here at the half. Again, presented by Great Harvest Bread Company. Hey, go get some bread, some fresh cinnamon rolls. They're delicious brownies. They'll even cater your team luncheons. Delicious, healthy eats for breakfast or lunch at Great Harvest 2 St. George locations. Do want to get you a couple Rink Region 9 updates. Appreciate the Rink, skatetherink.com to plan your kid's next birthday party. Earlier today, Timpanogos edged Snow Canyon 52-49. And for the Warriors, just 1 win so far this season. Lost by 6 last night. They lose by 3 today. They're playing a lot of close games right now, and Reggie Mackey's kind of leading the charge over there. But that's a young team without Owen Mackey and a lot of guys that are getting their first taste of varsity experience. It'll be really interesting to see if they can start stacking up some wins once they get a little bit more experience under their belt from their young guys.
Yeah, that's going to be a team. I think Coach Ball said it at Media Day that they're going to really have to rely on that kind of that grit and that hustle, and they're going to make it hard for anybody to play them. Where they might come up short is they don't quite have the athletes and the skill that they had last year. Of course, when you have Owen Mackey on the court, he makes up for 1 or 2 guys for sure. But his little brother Reggie is going to look to fill those shoes from a scoring standpoint and a facilitator's role as well. But I think they'll play hard all year. I don't think that's certainly a game that you go, oh, well, we're going to get them tonight. I think they're going to make it disruptive and make it difficult all season long for their opponents.
Of course, this is a game 1 of a triple header. We'll have the Dixie Flyers.
Oh, the Flyers.
The Fly fam
in the house.
They'll be up next. And then, of course, the nightcap, the host school of this Coach Walk Classic, the Pineview Panthers, as they take on Manti. So that'll be the games coming up next. And we've got all of them for you here. Dixie, by the way, will be playing Wasatch. That'll be about 7:30, so about 45 minutes from right now. Pineview scheduled for 9 o'clock. So we're going to be on the air all night long, on the radio, on the live stream. Again, do want to apologize. We had some technical difficulties with the audio. If you're heading home on radio and you want to watch these games, just go to thefansportsnetwork.com or go to YouTube and search the Fan Sports Network. You'll find the live stream for all 3 games tonight. And then we're going to bring you 2 afternoon games tomorrow back here at the pit. And then Snow Canyon game being one of them, the Dixie Flyers being the other one. And then we'll get you an 8 o'clock game from over at Crimson Cliff. So another doubleheader of high school hoops presented by the Boulevard. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist here at the pit. Your old stomping grounds, Ben.
Old stomping grounds. The gym looks great. We just talked to Coach Patrick Amico about some of the renovations here. Brand new court, brand new bleachers. Of course, I think the school was opened in 1988. Believe it or not, I didn't play back then, Dev. I think that's the first year of the three-point line, might have been 88. But you can see this baseline. We're lined up right on it. It's actually 2 feet longer on each end. And not only is that safer because of this wall, but it certainly makes it easier to get up and down the court. Of course, I was used to running up and down this thing, so turns out after all these years, after all these years, I had to run ladders. Yeah, I had to run a lot longer and a lot further than I was supposed to.
All right, Mustangs down 9. Second half play-by-play brought to you by Intermountain Sports Performance. There is no offseason. They got their season of speed going on right now. Biggest discounts of the year on training packages. They have everything. There is no offseason at Intermountain Sports Performance. And a turnover right out of the gate. And the travel, and they don't call it. And that leads to a bucket for Davey Howe.
And again, we talked about it at halftime, the turnovers there, the story. You got a guy coming off a curl and you dribble it right into him. Those are things that by the end of the season, I think Crimson will really clean up, and that's why it's the early preseason.
Working the half-court set, Drake Carroll, left-hand push shot, might have been partially deflected. He tried to get to steal, he can't, they'll get into the front court. Redhawks want to take a corner pocket 3, it rattles out, no good. Putback won't go, late whistle, and they'll call a foul, and they'll shoot 2.
And this might be it's the second for sure. It might be the third on Murdoch. We don't have access to the player fouls here. Trying to listen to the score table actually call that out, but I think it must be his second, as the coaching staff is debating that for Murdoch. But again, Dev, I mean, look, if you're Bountiful, why not come down, jack up the 3? You've hit enough of them in the first half. Stay hot, you know. But turnovers and bad shots have really been an Achilles heel early in this game. And unusual really for Crimson as he knocks down the second free throw there for a 10-point lead for Bountiful. Unusual as we see them also showing a little three-quarter court pressure.
And a nice little job to get it to the middle of the court, but Britton Phillips.
And Britton's somebody, he's going to help them a lot this year as he gets his football sea legs you know, out of the system and gets his basketball sea legs back into rhythm.
Inside back out, another corner pocket 3, and that won't go. Put back on a Red Rock Real Estate rebound, up and in by Bryson Heath. Lindquist going to cross court, skip it over to Murdoch. And now Mustangs will slow it down. Lindquist in the corner. Tries to dump it down inside of Drake, and it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Bountiful. 44-32 our score here. Bountiful leading. First game for both these teams inside the Coach Walk Classic.
And really right now, if you're Crimson, you got to be really careful. You got to get a good basket, a couple of good possessions, because if not, this thing could balloon to a more than double-digit lead for Bountiful.
And that one's tried to save off the miss by Carroll, and it looked like it touched about 3 different players' hands as it rifles out of bounds. Last touch by Bountiful. So Crimson somewhat catches a break and retains possession here.
And it's hard, Dev, because, you know, when you get down 12 like this, you had the early lead. What happens to a team is you feel like you have to force it. And when you force it like that, it plays right into the opponent's hands, and it makes it more easy for them to go down and grow that lead.
Carroll over to Lindquist, left wing, three-point line extended. A couple hops, kick it back up top to Murdoch. Lindquist leading this team, 17.3 points per game. Drake comes in averaging 15, but again, no Trevor Taylor tonight. He's out sick. They hope to get him back maybe for games tomorrow and Saturday. Lindquist, little leap and leaner with a little kiss, and it falls softly through the net. And a steal by Carroll. And Carroll's silhouette spin move, and he got it. And then here come the Mustangs, a quick 4-0 run to cut the lead down to 8.
And again, it's funny. When you go in, you get a good shot. You get that penetration into the paint. You get an easy basket. The defense gets a little energized to a great steal.
Max got 7, and Drake's got And now an easy bucket down by the big guy, Charlie Smith. And plays like that make you miss Trevor Taylor.
Yeah, they're certainly going to miss his defense and his rebounding right now in leadership, really.
Corner. Murdoch going to come back out to the wing. Kicks to JJ in the corner. Eaton looking for a pass. Nothing there as Britton Phillips trying to post up. Goes to Lindquist instead. Lindquist got that left calf taped up. He'll kick it to Drake. Great pass to set up a wide open shot, but Drake can't hit that three-pointer. And here come the Redhawks. They want to run. Blocked by, no, they call a foul.
Yeah, and that one's going to be Murdoch's third for sure. A little bit of a question of, do you keep him on here with 5 minutes in the third? I think probably you do. Maybe you go over and you tell him, hey, look, you got 3, be careful. But I just think right now, if you lean on this bench without Trevor Taylor, you're one of your starters, you're already down a guy, and this is a critical part of the game. They're up 11. Most likely, I think, looks just as I say that, Dev, he looks down the bench and tells Trey Leroy to get up and get in there, and I think you'll see Murdoch come out here at this point.
Free throws good to push the lead back up to 12 with 5 minutes. 5 minutes left here on the Nets on Fire. Third quarter clock. Carroll, Eaton, Phillips. You got Leroy and Lindquist on the court right now for Coach Murdoch. That run has been erased. Inside, JJ, left-hand push shot, found the bottom of the well. JJ Eaton. 2 buckets, 4 points for Eaton, and now a whistle. And they call that one on Britton?
I'm trying to figure out what that's referee Ben Peterson. Looks like he's given some instructions to the scores table saying should be 38-48, 10-point game. But let's see.
Oh, they added the score on the wrong. So
yeah, there we go. Okay, so they got that. It's 48-38, 10-point ball game, third quarter, 4:45 left in the third, Dev, and Crimson's really got to do some defense and some rebounding, an old Pineview trait from years ago to try and get back into this thing.
Lindquist guarding the ball. Here comes Bryson Heath. He's been hot in this game for Bountiful. Again, they come in 1-1. They scored over 90 points in their first win of the season. And that Heath runner won't go. Offensive rebound. Ball's loose. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by the Mustangs, but I thought it went off Heath's hands.
Yeah, and it looks like Ben Peterson's coming down there to maybe say, you know what, I saw that. And it looks like I think this is going to be Crimson basketball.
That's what I saw, but yeah, they're going to change it. Good job by the officials to confer.
I'm totally good with that. Even if, look, even though he's not in that spot rotation-wise, I think it's a sign of a good official to come down and say, look, I 100%, did see that.
100%. You love the communication. That's what makes a good crew there.
And it was quick. It didn't take a long time. He says, I saw it, and it's the way it is. And
we don't have the replay that college and the pros have with the monitors, and so they got to talk about it and discuss it. Now, still a takeaway. Charlie Smith, dish it, Euro step, and what a runner there by Emerson Gilman.
Maybe the reverse Euro step, Dev. He actually Euro stepped away from the basket instead of across the face of it.
Mustangs down 12 again. There's a nice tough shot down low by Britton Phillips. He's coming alive. He's got 4 points here in the quarter. He's got 8 in the game. And that one deflected, last touch by the Mustangs. And Bountiful will keep possession. They lead by 10 here. 50-40 on our Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard.
Yeah, and there's 2 phases to a press, right? You have the early pressure there, which you're trying to either take some time off the clock or force a turnover. And then you have the secondary motion. And if you can play great defense there, you're not done yet. There you're seeing a lot here in the second half that they're getting that first level, and then the second level they're giving up baskets because they're out of position. So you got to finish both of those to really stay in an effective press.
Good defense by Phillips. Ahead to Drake. Wide open 3. Leroy in the corner, no. And a rebound to Heath.
And really, Crimson just needs one of those to fall for them to kind of get some momentum. But ultimately, too many easy baskets right now, Dev. Offensive rebounds. They've transitioned from the three-pointer now to just the inside layups in the paint. 52-40, just under 3 minutes in the third.
Down inside to Phillips. 20 on the shot clock. Pass to the middle. Kicked out to the corner by Murdoch. Lindquist, tough three, contested, won't go. Rebound and running ahead. Here comes Emerson and can't get it to go, but he is fouled and he'll head to the line to shoot two Fabulous Freddy's free throws, with the Red Hawks up by 12, 52-40, with just 2 minutes and 37 seconds left here in the third period. Some substitutions for both teams ready to check in after this first free throw attempt. I don't have a number 4 on the official roster here. We're told it's either Gilman or Emerson. I'm not sure which. I do apologize for that, but either way, he's at the line and he hits the first one, nothing but nylon from the stripe. And now we've got Coach coming out here for a timeout.
Looked like timeout,
he wanted to talk to the officials, but he just comes away from the team. And we'll step aside. Quick 30-second. Now it's going to be a full timeout, so we'll make it a 60-second timeout here with the Red Hawks up by 13.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that can make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations. Back here at the pit, Pineview High School basketball on the Fan Sports Network. First broadcast of the season. We've got dozens and dozens and dozens of games coming your way all the way through the 4A state championship. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist with you. And the Mustangs, Ben, they got to rally. It would be nice to get this down to 7 or 8 going to the fourth quarter here with 2:37 left in the third, trailing by 13. Free throw missed, deflected on the loose ball, and then off of the Mustangs. So Bountiful will catch a break there and keep possession.
And really, it's what we talked about at halftime. It's offensive rebounds. They've been able to contain the three-point shooting more because of Bountiful than anything Crimson's been able to do. But those offensive rebounds, the second possessions are so critical, as we see a turnover there by Bountiful, who's had a couple turnovers. You know, Crimson's had some opportunities, but they just haven't been able to get that one shot, that momentum starting shot to fall here in the second half. 13-point lead for Bountiful. 2:22 in the third. Need a little bit of momentum if you're Crimson.
J.J. Eaton down on the block, looking for some help, kicks it out top to Leroy. Trey Leroy. Now to Carroll. Carroll through the legs. Backing down now, coming back, facing the basket, keeps the bounce waist high. 2 minutes. 2 minutes left, and the net's on fire. Clock here in the third quarter. Down by 13, shot clock winding down. Drake's gonna have to improv. He's gonna get it off in time, and he can't get the friendly roll. We got a loose ball whistle and a foul on the rebound against Bountiful.
And Crimson doing a little offensive rebounding on their own. Actually ended up being a pretty good shot. You could kind of feel it, Dev. The shot clock started getting down there to 3 and 4, and oh, he's gonna have to force one, and made a good move and got a wide open shot off. And
inside, Leroy, shot won't go, but a whistle and a foul, and he'll head to the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Just like a lot of our broadcasts in football, we've always got some awards we'll be handing out. The Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. I don't know if we've seen that yet. Haven't seen a dunk or anything crazy. And, of course, this game's still in limbo as the first free throw won't go short. Also, we'll name a Jersey Mike sub of the game and our Finley Subaru star of the game, all coming up in our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show.
Can't wait.
Leroy one more. Or excuse me, Leroy. It's Leroy, right, Ben? Or is it Leroy?
No, it's Leroy.
Okay,
yep,
it's Leroy.
Yep. Trey Leroy.
That may be
great outside shooter. And could have called a travel perhaps there on Eaton, but again, this is one of those things. If you're trying to get back into a game, you got to make your free throws. You got to get that one shot. You got to limit the offensive rebounds. And with Drake Carroll going out here, probably trying to give him a minute or so sub, it'll be really important as the ref is warning the Bountiful head coach there, hey, we've heard enough, coach. One more, and I'm going to have to show you the letter T. Important for Crimson to get a good basket here. I'd like to see, something inside, something in the paint, and it looks like that warning went unheeded.
And he just got teed up.
And he got teed up there. There's a smile across his face, thinking they're up 13. They probably got a few to use there.
And now the Bountiful coach is begging to talk to the officials, and they're not letting him talk to him.
I don't think, I think they're saying, buddy, you're up 13.
Murdoch free throw on the tech. First one up and in from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line. Murdoch's got 7 on the night. Looking for one more. And maybe this is the moment Crimson can swing the momentum, Ben.
Yeah, you get 2 freebies. You get the ball. You can cut it to single digits. Maybe you get it to 8 here with a three-pointer. They've not had much luck. Only 3 on the night compared to 7 for Bountiful.
Lindquist with it.
A lot of confusing movement here, though, as you want to see some space. You don't want guys cutting on top of each other. And not sure if they put in some new sets. Early in the preseason, you just never know what you're going to get in terms of offensive ball movement.
And again, if you joined us late or just tuning in, no Trevor Taylor. You can see him. He's down on the bench there for the Mustangs in street clothes. Isn't that Trev down the bench? He is
him,
under
yeah.
the weather. He is here, but he is just not feeling good. And so not going tonight. They hope to get him back tomorrow. One more for Leroy, and Trey missed everything.
And, this will be Trey's first year really getting any varsity minutes. A little bit of nerves maybe, but he's missed 4 in a row. You look up at the score and you go, man, it could be 46-53, 7-point ball game. And this is the reason they play these types of opponents early in the preseason, is you want to get these experiences for these kids.
Bountiful does break the pressure. Lob it inside, leap and lean, and that goes. Beautiful shot there by Gilman. I believe that's Gilman, not in our roster, but that's what we were told. Lindquist deep, triple back iron, too strong. Ball batted around. Lindquist grabs it. Lindquist thought about another one, backs down, goes to a spin move, a lot of contact, and there came the whistle, and McKay Lindquist will head to the line for a couple free throws.
Again, they're really looking for that one breakthrough moment where they can get a 3 to fall, or a couple of bang plays and one. They've struggled at the foul line a little bit here. You just need a couple of these things to go your way to get back into it. But it's still only a 12-point ball game with a chance to cut it to 11, and 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter after we wrap up this next 55 seconds.
Lindquist, excellent free throw shooter. First one, nothing but the bottom of the net, and he'll have one more.
And Dev, I was always told, if you're not making your shots, if you're struggling a little bit, the best thing to do is to get to the foul line and see the ball go in, and have that feeling to kind of help that translate to other places on the court.
Lindquist now has 9 as the second Fabulous Freddy's free throw is good. Here comes Bountiful, attacking, beautiful dish, cross court, and the layup up and in by Willis. Lindquist with it with 42 left here in the third quarter. And again, Mustangs have been down by 11, 12, 13 as it is right now for most of this quarter, and a tie up there.
And that's what I'm saying there. Like, you don't need, this is not the time to force it. You're driving right into a double team, come to a jump stop, kick it out to the open guy, and get the best shot. Right? You can't hit home runs when you're down 12 and 13. You got to make sure and just get the best play available.
Shot clock is now off. And stepping out of bounds or a timeout. Bountiful's taking the timeout. I wasn't sure, but the official does grant the timeout there. It's just a 30-second timeout, and we'll be right back. Mustangs down by 13, 57-44 to Bountiful on the Wilkinson scoreboard.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Hey, St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Back at the pit, high school basketball on the Fan Sports Network. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist here in the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. First broadcast of the season for us. Got a triple header tonight. Dixie and Wasatch coming up after this fourth quarter between Crimson and Bountiful. Bountiful will start the quarter leading by 13. They try a lob, and it's too strong and out of bounds, and a turnover by the Redhawks.
A lot of movement there, a lot of slow developing play. Backdoor lob from the opposite side of the baseline. And what do we have here?
(24-13).
Another stoppage of play there, Dev. I'm not quite sure if score. It was the time. The timer stopped before they got the ball in here. A basket here is really crucial for Crimson. This would help give them a little bit of momentum heading into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, 3 would make it a 10-point deficit, which they would love as we approach just 8 left. Now down to 6. And ball deflected to Murdoch with 5. Skip down low. Phillips got to go up with it, and he left it short, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Crimson's got an uphill battle. We go to the fourth, and we come back here on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Bountiful 57. Crimson 44 on the Fan Sports Network.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court. Welcome back here. 8 minutes on the game clock. We fire up the fourth quarter live on the Fan Sports Network. Devin Dixon, Ben Lindquist, and Paul Ratliff here. And a little work to do for the Mustangs. It'll be Lindquist, Hokinson, Britton Phillips, Curtis Reed, and Travis Murdoch, the 5 on the court for Coach Murdoch.
Yeah, and I wonder, Drake went out with about 2:41 in the third. Surprised he's not out here to start the fourth. Wonder if maybe he's got a little foul trouble. We're not able to see on the scoreboard. They're not showing us the actual player fouls, and we don't have our statistician, Uncle Jeff, tonight.
He'll be back tomorrow.
Okay, all right, good to know.
Drive and a kick back out to Lindquist. He's going to attack left side, fadeaway jumper, and too strong. Rebound, Bountiful.
But
lead pass ahead in trouble.
Dev, those are better looks.
Ball's loose
than they were getting. Some 4 shots. You just got to have some of those fall if you want to get back into this game, though. Down 13.
And that was good hustle. They got that takeaway there on that scramble. As Bountiful was trying to get fast break points, instead they turn it over. Britton Phillips runs down the lane, left hand off the glass, and down it goes.
And you can see how much he's going to really help them once he kind of gets his sea legs back from after the football season. Of course, a newly minted state champion.
3 by Smith, nothing but the bottom. A Nets on Fire 3 for Charlie Smith. That's his 3rd triple of the night.
And of course, the hard part is you finally get a good basket inside. Bountiful, who has not been noisy from the 3-point line, comes down and hits their first 3 of the second half.
Lindquist fade away. That won't go, just a little too strong. And here comes the Redhawks. Smith out top with it. Puts it on a bounce, on a weave, hands off to Willis. Willis Kicks it over to Heath. Heath comes in averaging 21 a night, and a nifty move as he got all the way to the rack and finishes.
And he's pretty unorthodox, but he's scrappy. You know, he finds ways to get that next level of into the defense there in the paint, and he's had a couple acrobatic finishes.
All of a sudden, the lead has ballooned to 16. It's the largest lead of the night, and unfortunately for the Mustangs, they really need a bucket. Lindquist again fires it, no. Offensive rebound, cutting down the lane. Murdoch off the glass, that won't go. And again, the Mustangs just ice cold shooting in the second half. They trailed 39-30 at the break, and coast to coast and almost finishing, but can't, was Lincoln Smith. And here come the Mustangs sorely in need of a bucket. Lindquist deep triple front iron, no good. 2-on-1, Willis off the window, and down it goes.
And you can see Lindquist is just trying to get something going, but
yeah,
you know, it's just one of those games where they've not really, other than the first quarter when they had a lot of rhythm and were able to kind of to go back and forth with Bountiful, but that second quarter really they were able to pull away with their three-point shooting.
Bountiful again, 1-1 on the season. They beat Weber 92-86, Ben, in their season opener. Lost to Fremont 74-70. So they've been in some track meets. You can see they want to outlet and rebound and run. Every possession they're looking to push. To the corner. Now back out top to Hoke. Now to Drake, who's back in. Backdoor cut to Eaton, and nobody home there, and a turnover. Bountiful with it across the timeline. Howe with it, Davey Howe, hesitation, now gives it up over to Smith. Smith on a handoff over to Gilman. Gilman lost it, but right to a teammate who will hoist. He, three, no. But Gilman grabs that offensive rebound. Actually, that's Davey Howe. Mustangs in a man-to-man defense. Under 5 to go in the fourth quarter. A little runner down the lane, and Lincoln Smith gets it to go. Everything going right for Bountiful here in the Coach Walk Classic.
And they've moved the ball really well. You can tell this is a team that trusts each other. And Crimson just looks a little disheveled. They're not making the easy ones.
Yeah, like that one, Curtis Reed can't find the lay-in, and that leads to transition bucket by Heath. And Coach Murdoch wants a timeout, and Bountiful's fired up. They have pushed the lead up to 22 with 4 minutes and 24 seconds left here on the Fan Sports Network. And a full timeout will take it. And we'll be right back to the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 11 years of local experience, a staff of over 25 employees, and a 4.9 Google rating. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Welcome back here to the pit, Pineview High School, inside the Coach Walk Classic. Started at 3 o'clock today. You got 17 teams here playing varsity, plus all the JV and sophomore teams that are playing. Great tournament here in December. Really a test to find out where you're at right now, and a good Bountiful team that's running on high cylinders, taking care of business here as Crimson and try to close the gap and make this respectable. This is a big mountain to climb, Ben, as we start this stretch run with 4 minutes to go and a turnover. And a breakaway. He looks like he wants to try to rise and dunk and can't, but he still finishes there.
Yeah, and they've just done the little things, you know, even right there. Turnover, he juggles it, but only one guy back for Crimson. You know, those are where you got to have some pride at this point of the game, where you can, you know, you got 2 more games to play. Get some aggressiveness out there. Get some, you know, get some pride in your game and get back and rebound.
Uphill battle, both teams misfiring. Now Crimson finally gets a bucket by J.J. Eaton. And Eaton nearly had a steal, but he last touched it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Redhawks.
And that's kind of what I'm talking about right there is we see, a made basket and a Bountiful player somehow beats the Crimson player in defense back down to the other side of the court. Those are just those things where you want to get back into a game, you want to cut the lead, you got to do the little things. And everyone thinks it's always on offense. A lot of times it's just getting stops so you can have those opportunities.
Backing his way down, turnaround jumper from Heath, and Bryson Heath, this kid's a player, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I can see why he scores 21 a game, Dev. He's scrappy.
Britton Phillips lines up a three, and a net's on fire three for Phillips. He's been the bright spot tonight. He's got 13. That's a team high for the Mustangs. Lob it high, and Gilman can't corral it, and it's out of bounds. Turnovers have been high for both teams in this game. Some of it's been good defense, but some of it's been a little bit sloppy with the basketball as well. And now they take Britton Phillips out after he hit that three. I would have left him in and let him do a little heat check there, Ben.
Yeah, I don't understand that move.
I want to stay in the game after I hit a three.
I also don't understand why Drake sat for the last 3 minutes of the quarter and didn't come out on the fourth. But again, this is the preseason. You're obviously trying to work some things and do some things like that. But
well, let's be honest, they're probably not going to win this game. So you want to keep fresh legs because you got to play back-to-back games tomorrow and on Saturday as well.
But, you got to get something going. You got to get. Here's the thing is. You got right now you have 3 JV guys on the court, right, that get majority of their minutes JV. You're down a starter and captain. So a lot of excuses, a lot of reasons, of course, to be where you're at. But, you also don't want to lose by 20. You got to get something going to build. That's these kids are in high school. They can play 3 games in a row.
That's right. Yeah, no, they're young. It's early in the season. Trying to build that endurance up. 20-point lead right now. One more for Leroy, and he splits the free throws. Been a rough free throw shooting night for Trey Leroy. 72-52 on the Wilkinson scoreboard. We're not going to have a lot of time for a Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game shows. We're going to have about 15 minutes on the clock. We'll have a short one, we'll hand out some awards, and then we'll spin it around and bring you the Flyers and the Wasps of Wasatch.
Yeah, that'll be a good game. Of course, Dixie,
they're down a man too tonight.
Yeah, leading scorer and preseason MVP for Region 9, Tyson Forsey. A little bit of a high ankle sprain from what we understand.
Happened in practice, and they're hoping to get him back maybe by Saturday, but going to give him a couple days off to kind of try to heal up. We've all had those ankle sprains. Those can linger. They can be tough to play through. Sometimes they're worse than a break. Travel out top. There's another turnover. 2:09 left to go.
And this is what I don't understand. You got Drake out there. You got 2 starters. You're down 20. Are you trying to get to that game tomorrow, or are you trying to make it close?
And they're going to whistle it dead here, and they're going to call a foul down low against Bountiful. 1:56 to go, 72-52, Bountiful by 20. Again, after Dixie Wasatch, which is coming up next, the nightcap, Manti will take on the host school, the Coach Walk Classic, the Pineview Panthers. And shot from the corner by Leroy, no good.
And again, nobody back and a foul almost. Mercy let that go without calling the foul, but that's not winning basketball. You shoot a 3 in the corner, you get 3 guys back with nobody there. It's been the tale of the night for sure.
And it's been a solid start to the season, 2-1, but by far and away, this has been the most sloppy performance of the season for the Mustangs.
Yeah, you expect this the first couple of games, but now you're into it 4 games. You've had 3 or 4 days of practice since the holiday. I'm a little surprised. The turnovers just kind of snowballed for Crimson. It got to the point that, really that's when the pulling away happened.
Yeah, probably 20-plus turnovers tonight, Ben, unofficially. Inside, Trey, no. Rebound, Murdoch, yes. And one opportunity for Travis Murdoch. He's got 12, and he'll head to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Tonight's game brought to you by the City of St. George Rec Center. Your kids' sports journey starts at sgcityrec.org. Junior basketball signups just ended, but they've opened up the soccer signups for all ages. They even have a 3 to 5-year-old soccer fundamental skills class that you can get your soccer stars signed up for. Check it out on the website, sgcityrec.org. Got an officials timeout here. And we'll bring it back to the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. And Ben, I don't know, do you go and break the film down after this game tonight for Crimson and learn from it, or do you burn the tape and just move on to tomorrow?
You know, there's a couple trains of thought here. One, you don't know what's going to happen with Trevor Taylor. Is he going to be healthy enough to play tomorrow? That's obviously a big factor. Not sure what happened here. It looks like there's going to be a technical. My guess is this is somebody with the same number or somebody not in the scorebook, which is a technical in basketball at every level. If you don't put the guy in the scorebook, that's going to cost you free throws. And so, you know, when you're putting in the entire JV team here at the end, that's bound to happen. But when you're up 20, it doesn't matter.
So the technical free throw, both those made. Now the and one free throw, so 3 straight makes for Murdoch.
And so to answer your question, Dev, look, there's a couple of real troubling things. The turnovers, that's very problematic. You can't have that many turnovers and beat anybody. You can't give up that many threes and beat anybody, and you can't give up that many offensive rebounds. So I would say you can't throw this tape away because 1 or 2 of those things aren't flukes. You know, 3 of them means you've got a problem. And you've got to identify some roles. It seems like they were discombobulated from about midway through the first all the way through.
Carroll missed a 3. Bountiful, though, has it taken away by Drake Carroll, who will race ahead in transition. Left-hand lay-in goes. Little fight here late.
Cut it to 15 with just over a minute left. And, of course, you know, you have 3 varsity starters in there on the JV team. This is what doesn't make sense to me is, okay, you got 3 of your starters in there. You're playing their JV. This is where something crazy could happen. You get them out of there. You admit defeat. You know, play all these JV guys, let them get some minutes. A little too brazen for my taste.
It's timeout on the floor, brought to you by Luke Udy and Associates, your local American Family Insurance agent. Give Luke a call for great rates on your home, auto, or life insurance. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Come back for the finish. It's Bountiful 74, Crimson 59 on the Wilkinson scoreboard.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you could still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Back live here at Pineview High School. Game 1 of a triple header presented by the Boulevard for over 50 years, making your house more like home by Smart Buy at the Boulevard. 60 seconds to go here. Little 3/4 court press applied. Nearly stolen. You got to dig in for one more stop here, at least for the Mustangs. Made this at least a little bit more respectable, but giving up way too many points tonight, 74. But this is a high-scoring Bountiful team. Will take a corner 3. That won't go. Rebound by Britton Phillips, who dribbles it right into a Bountiful player, then blocks the shot after he lost it. Great recovery by Britton ahead to Drake Carroll. All alone laying up and good. Drake Carroll's got 14. And the Red Hawks, I keep wanting to call them their old nickname, cough it up again. Ahead to Drake. Drake lay-in, yes. And little fight, but too little too late as Drake's now got 16 to lead all scorers. Murdoch's got 15. And now we've got what? Turnover there?
That's a turnover, another turnover. I mean, you have 3 varsity guys pressing a JV. Some of these might be freshmen and sophomore. You know, I just don't think the risk reward is worth it having those guys out there in a game like this to try and cut it to 12 or 13 points. But
well, and you see Bountiful's coach, he put his starters back in. So not going to call off the dogs. I'm going to put my starters back in.
Yeah, and
missed 3 and rebound, and that'll do it.
A weird game. You just got to write this off, hopefully, to some early season woes.
Bountiful will win it 74-63. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll put a bow on this. We'll hand out some awards in our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game report. Starts after this 60-second timeout.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Aloha, sports fans. It's Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill. Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kahlua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice. Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in Southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at sportsperformance_IH to learn more.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Wilkinson's House of Lighting, Coral Canyon Golf Course, and City of St. George Recreation.
Back here at the pit, it's a final 74-63. It's going to look a lot more respectable than actually it was. Crimson was down by as many as 23 there in the second half. And they do cut it down to an 11-point loss, but a lot of that came the last couple minutes of the game. And already Wasatch and Dixie getting ready for our next game here. They only put like 7 minutes on the clock, so we're going to have a really short Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Jersey Mike's sub of the game, I would go with Lincoln Smith for Gus Sapina as they improved to 2-1. Our Finley Subaru star of the game, it's if you're picking somebody for the hometown team, it's either Drake Carroll or maybe Britton Phillips or Travis Murdoch. I like what Britton did in that game, shaking off the football legs, as you said. I thought he really hustled. A nice recovery, blocking some shots.
Yeah, he's only going to get better. You know, as he kind of gets, again, he's a week in practice is all. After playing 3-4 months of football for the state champs, back-to-back state champs. And that's to be expected. But, you know, he'll only get better and as he gets more comfortable out there on the court.
Yeah. Scoring-wise, let's see. 1 for Curtis Reed, 5 for Leroy, 4 for J.J. Eaton, 9 for McKay Lindquist, 13 for Britton Phillips. He's going to be your Finley Subaru star of the game. 15 for Travis Murdoch and 16 for Drake Carroll. I'm going to go with that block as our Finley Subaru, or excuse me, our AWP playmaker play of the game. Because I just like the hustle.
Yeah, I like him getting back because they really didn't do that much all night. I mean, they gave up a lot of offensive rebounds and they gave up a lot of transition where they just didn't get back.
Yeah. Yep. All right. That hands out our awards. Quick Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. When we come back, our pregame show brought to you by Sport Quarter Southern Utah, Bucks Ace Hardware, Honolulu Grill. We got so many great local partners bringing you a triple header tonight. Game 1 of the books. Final score: Crimson loses to Bountiful 74-63. We'll take an extended timeout. When we come back here, we'll have the start of the Flyers and the Wasps coming up next on your sports leader in Southern Utah, the Fan Sports Network.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.